Welcome everyone to the grand tournament of the old world. And today, in the first battle, we've got the Empire, led by the Emperor Karl Franz, taking on the Underhive, led by the diabolical forces of Deathmaster Snikch, as we go over to our commentary team of Critical Rocket and Hellfire Drak.
Yes, and thank you very much there for that introduction. As we can see, both forces arrayed there. One led by the Emperor Karl Franz, and the other is led by, well, Deathmaster Snikch, or as you call them, Hellfor?
The Thagaraki, or led by Gorak Thag-Throk. I spit on his name.
Strong words to be expected from a dwarf here as we go over to the actual combat. As we can see now, both forces exchanging initial artillery fire, and it's looking like it's going to be quite a battle. Two very large forces arrayed against each other here at Castle Drakenhof. And we can see that the Warp Lightning cannons firing and the Hellstorm rocket battery and the Great Cannons. We'll soon see those War Wagon mortars landing in amongst the Skaven frontline as they move, and we can see that shot going across there. And what's this? Ooh! The Witch Hunter. He took quite a tumble there.
Takes a lot to get a smile out of me, but that was quite amusing, I will admit.
Yes, and if you're joining us for the first time, welcome to the OWSF as we're kicking off here with the first round of the Grand Tournament of the Old World. We had all the pre-eliminations that were done earlier, but this is it. This is the big one. This is to determine who the greatest is. As we can see, the Skavens, Hell Pit Abominations, and Mutant Rat Ogres smashing into the front lines. Oh, that is impressively powerful.
Aye, and we can see these chuffing great beasts commonly used by the Skaven to supplement their weak, pathetic bodies. As we go through into this instant replay here, we can see the Hell Pit Abomination sending men flying left and right. It's a brutal sight, but if they can hold the line against these creatures and bring them down, then we'll definitely see the tide turn. You mark my words, Rocket.
I've got no doubts there, Drak, as we can see now that this battle is definitely setting up. We can see the two front lines have finally started to form. We've got a long shot here. We can see the Empire cavalry were going quite wide, probably looking for a nice flank to slam into with their lances and their heavy armour to really bring the charge home. The artillery is continuing to exchange fire. We see the Luminarch just firing there at one of the flanking units. I believe that is the, or at least that seems to have been, the Gutter Runners with poison there. We can see one of the Hell Pit Abominations has already been defeated, actually. Yeah, there's its corpse right in the middle. That's an impressive feat, as the Orb and Orb there shows the right flank of the Empire forces. As we're hovering over to see just what's going on over here, we can see the Huntsman laying in some fire. The Hell Pit Abomination is now engaging. Yes, that is Karl Franz going one-on-one with this second Abomination. If he can bring this beast down, it could certainly turn the tide, as you say.
It's a numbers game with the Skaven. If they don't have the number advantage, then they don't feel like they're going to win. And in this situation, every single Ratman that's brought down in this way, either by as or by sword, or in this case halberd, then it'll definitely start to slowly turn the tide against them. This is what they need. They need their Hell Pit Abomination to bring down Karl Franz, or at least hold him in place long enough for the Thagaraki to be able to get Gorak Thag-Throk, or the murder demon in, and hopefully for them that they can do some good damage, but I don't see it really. Karl Franz is made of sterner stuff.
Well, we're going to be sticking with this fight until the end of that, but we're going to keep the main image of the orb showing the overall battle as it's going on. We can see there that, yeah, it's right in between the artillery and the front line there, as that Abomination has indeed been brought down by Karl Franz. That is a huge blow. And the Skaven are activating a few of their Warp Stone-infused abilities, as that's definitely going to start taking out some of their opponents. So that front line is very, very frail in the middle there. You can see that there's been a lot of damage caused. The right flank of the Empire forces is definitely hanging on. The left flank is also causing a lot of damage as well. I believe that the Skaven numbers are working out. So what is this? Is this the Witch Hunter? It looks like he's just walking away from the fight.
He is. He's walking away. He's seen the work of the Deathmaster up close and personal, and he's decided it's not for him. I saw him drinking heavily before the fight, Rocket, and I knew from that point onward that he didn't really have the stomach for this battle. Definitely one to be strung up by the Emperor post-haste.
Well, definitely there's no room for cowardice in this battlefield. This is for the big one. This is to prove which race here in the Old World is the most tactically superior most powerful and well led in this case, and Karl Franz is definitely trying to make a good case for the Empire of Man, as we can see the mutant rat ogre just running amok in the background, but may have actually just been routed there by the Emperor himself. We can see that centre line of the forces basically collapsed, and now the battle consists of two separate fights going on between the left and the right flanks of both respective armies. And we've got a picture-in-picture here. It looks like, yes, the Empire captain is dancing a death duel here with the assassin and Deathmaster Snikch. Oh, this is a bad matchup here for the Empire captain.
I respect him for his confidence in this one, but I really don't think he's got much of a chance against an assassin and Deathmaster Snikch at the same time. I'll definitely drink a beer to him after the battle, that's all I can say.
Well, he was telling me before the battle that he was awaiting the arrival of his 6th child, so he didn't say he was going to lose his life on this particular battlefield, but saying that he has just been gutted and eviscerated by Deathmaster Snikch. So unfortunately, his new child, whether it be a boy or a girl, will definitely be fatherless in that respect. An unfortunate thing to say before the battle, I would imagine. I don't think it's particularly good to say those kind of things.
No, definitely setting yourself up for failure in that particular case, but we can see now that the entire Skaven force is starting to flee. We could hear a few of them shouting about fear musk and other disgusting habits that these Thagaraki have, and it looks like, in my personal opinion from experience here, it looks like the Empire's got this one in the bag.
Well, according to the boffins, the bar at the top definitely suggests that indeed, yes, the Empire have started to take the advantage home here, as we can see that a number of Skaven units are still holding on the field. It looks like the most sort of solid line, though, is more at the back with the artillery, but we can see that the Demigryph Knights with halberds are just running amok back there. We can see the Luminarch of Hish is still firing away, causing damage wherever it goes. There was that point where it was out there in the trees on the left flank all on its own, and somehow it's gotten all the way back there. It's impressive, but you can just see the carnage laid before you here, just on this left flank alone. You can see across the middle of the battlefield, all the way stretching across to that Copse Hill on the right. It has been a hell of a fight between these two sides. I don't think there'll be many left of either, but it is certainly looking like that this is a victory for the Empire of Man. Oh, and what a victory it is.
One to be proud of, that's for sure, as we can surely expect it now that Jeff the ref is certainly going to call this, and he has, and here's the stats.
Yes, and some surprising results there, some disappointing results there for both sides. I think there's reasons for them to be proud, and certainly some areas where they can probably look to improve, but that was the first of the many battles to come with the Grand Tournament of the Old World, and thank you all for joining today as we go to the outro. Thanks again, goodbye.